Good morning, students. Now we start our next topic, communication and importance of communication. So, communication plays a vital role in creating conversation or enabling the thoughts or sharing our emotions or explain our behavior or and study the behavioral patterns, conducting meeting very well. So communication plays a vital role in the development of business or development of economic also, and development of social personality and personal personality also. See, so what is communication? What is communication? Communication is the effective sharing or transmission of facts, opinions, or emotions by two or more people, right? So basically, communication is that. So more than one people means more than one means two, more than one people means two or three people or sometimes more peoples communicate with each other to share their emotions or transferring their facts, opinions, etc. So the three basic elements of a communications are the sender, message, and the receiver. So sender or receiver must be present while communication is work on or running on. Or message means sender and a receiver communicate to each other to share the message, because means what they want to say and which thought they share, etc. So after communication is over, some message will be delivered to receiver. New one, process of communication. See, first sender is there. Sender have idea of the encoding into message, means this idea encoded into message means they he or she convey their message, right? Then transmission channels. So they need transmission channel, means sometimes they communicate face to face, sometime on telephone, smartphones, or sometimes presenting PowerPoint projects or explaining business proposals or chatting uh, with a receiver by using different apps or video call like Facebook or WhatsApp or Insta or any other app, right? So receiver the message. So receiver is necessary to get the message that is sent by the sender, then decodes into meaningful idea. After the message is delivered to receiver, so receiver decode means they learn or they understood the what is the meaning of such message and what the sender wanted to say, or what type of communication wanted to start, right, by the sender. So after getting the idea, meaningful idea of such message, a receivers show feedback or told feedback to the sender. And this method or this technique followed again and again, and in this such way we communicate with each other. So next one, functions or role of communication. Inform, right? So when we conduct communication, we inform the, means we are the informer, and we give informations to the receiver side, right? Sender send the informs or informations to the receiver. Instruct, communication need instruct means because of communication we instruct each other how you do work, which methods we have to follow, or which way we have to conduct, or which way have to we face each other, talk to each other, share our emotions, are instructed by communications, or basically sender instruct receiver how to react, or sharing of information. So definitely, while we are making communications, so we share our information with each other. We discuss on that topic which we shared with each other. um, After sharing this, we made the conclusion of that thought, and sometimes we think over it again, or sometimes new thoughts will be emerge from our communication. Next one is motivating workers. So definitely we have to, after effective communication is done with our worker, means those workers which cannot do the work properly, or they make more wastages, or their punctuality lost, or they irregular in attending the job, right? Or or they waste our products, or they don't know how to use the technique, or how to use such methods. So communication solve all the problems and motivate workers to do more. If such communication is not done, so worker is strongly opposed to do work in such business, or in the such company, in such company, because it is a two communication is a two-way conversation. Means sender and receiver must be there to conduct, share their ideas, right? So leading the organization, obviously by communicating by effective communication to each other, we share our thoughts, how our company goal is, and what objectives we have to fulfill while doing business, or and what is the aim behind such communication, or what is the thought of our chairmans, and they share with their superiors, their managers, their assistants, their co-workers, and their employees also. So next one is control. By communication we do control, or we control the sometimes we control the ideas of our workers, or or we control we control the we control the activities, or control means not in a harsh way, but effective communication is very necessary to solve such problems, or it is very necessary to gain about, or to know the workers, how we can achieve our companies or our firm's objectives. So communication should be in control way also, or managements. So role of communication is on management means, so if there are effective communications while managers doing meeting, or sometimes they make planning, they frame companies objectives, and they discuss on how we how we motivate our employees to do in a better way, right? So these are the role or functions played by communications. So barriers to communication means, barrier means in which way we can lack communicate, or we sometimes cut our communication. Means we cannot talk clearly with each other, or we cannot share our emotions, ideas, our problems, our success stories to anyone. So these are the barriers to communication. So first one is noise. So definitely if noise is there, we irritate, right? So communication is not possible when 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 very much noise is there. So because our talking, our sound cannot reach to the receiver while noise is there. Suppose you talk with your friend or your relatives or your parents on phone or smartphones, right? Someone banging doors or someone ringing sounds or someone playing DJ songs, right? Then we can't hear sender, means those spoke on other side, right? So noise create barriers. Next one, lack of planning. If planning is not there, so communication is not possible. Means planning gave us ideas how we can, how we put our points, or how we how I tell or how I convince someone what I'm saying. So if there is not no planning, we cannot communicate properly with anyone. Means if we consider the firm, so managers don't have any plans to talking with their employees, their colleagues. So they cannot point their, means they cannot share what they wanted to say to their subordinates or their colleagues or their employees. Next one, wrong or unclarified assumptions. Sometimes wrong assumptions or unclarified assumptions uh, hindered us to communicate to with each other. Then semantic problems, or then cultural barriers. Because see here, cultural barriers are those barriers that create tensions among different cultures, and they avoid talking to with each other. Social psychological barriers, sometimes social or psychological barriers affects our communication with each other. Emotions, some persons are not sharing their information, their emotions to each other, and they don't have such nature to share their ideas, share their emotions to each other. So this also, emotions also barriers to communication. Filtering, because some, you see filtering means information, filtering information. Some person filtered information and do not said exactly what happening or exactly they wanted to say, right? So these also barriers to communication. Then information overload. Sometimes information is overloaded and we cannot express how and what type of communication we want to build, right? So this is the barriers. Loss by transmission, noise. Sometime loss by transmission means some noises or some issues that affect us to communicate. Poor listening and retention. Yes, definitely. Poor listening means sender is trying to communicate with receiver, but receivers don't have patience of listening, right? This is called poor listening. So this is the barriers to communication. Then goal conflicts. If sometimes, so we we judge each other, or have some conflicts with opposed person, right? Means related to goal orientation, or forming of goals, or aims and objectives. So this also create barriers. Offensive style, sometimes offensive styles play play a major role in barriers to communication. Means some people don't have any idea how to react, or offensive technique means they don't allow any other to talk when they are talking, right? So this also create barriers. Time and distance. Sometimes time and distance play or create a barriers to communication. Means some people live in India and other people live in America, so they don't manage their time, and it's because of distance they cannot communicate to each other and they don't have same time for communication. So this is also barriers to communication. Methods of communication. Verbal communication. In verbal communication there is oral communication and written communication. Oral means by talking, right? Or written means by sending letters, etc. Non-verbal communications means uh, by using body language. Sign language means symbols, or para language, or circumstantial language. These are the two types of or two methods of communication. See, methods of communication. Me- Methods of communication. In method of communication there is a body language. In body language there are four types, means facial expression, eye contact, posture, or gesture, right? Body language plays a vital role to understood what the sender exactly wanted to say, or the reaction or the body or the reaction of receiver by their body languages, that considered while communicating to each other. So facial expressions are very important. Sometimes we see emotions, different type of emotion, that is anger, calmness, or understoodness, like such, that clarity help to improvise the communication. Eye contact is very necessary while you're talk to with each other, right? So eye contact create or understood the emotions of other people. Postures, no? So posture and gesture is also important. How we react, okay, right? Is it okay or fine? It will be fine. So such gestures improvise the communication with each other. Body shape, ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. These are the body shapes, means how our body react when some person try to communicate with each other. Smell and touch, silence, na smell and touch or silence. So sometimes there is only one way communication. Sometimes, sometime. Uh, Sender only talking, but a receiver cannot say anything, just behave like a silence person, right? So this also causes, or method of communication is there, but it creates barriers. Importance. This implementation of policies and programmers of management is possible only through effective communication. So we can understand the importance of communication from the following points. So first one, smoothing running of enterprise. So if you want to your business should run smoothly, you have to maintain the communications with promoters, stakeholders, customers, employees, and their managers also, right? Etc. etc. Maximum productivity, because effective communication should give you the maximum productivity you wanted, right? If you want to produce more, or if you want to create goodwill among the customers, so you have to build your communication very strong. Assist other functions, so communication help other functions to grow, to nourish, and to perform the better activities. Job satisfaction. Effective communications bring job satisfaction among your employees, and employees should motivate to do the business or do the work. Basis for leadership. Effective communication is just basis for leadership. So leader have to develop effective communications to interact with their employee, their subordinates, their colleagues, and their superiors, right? Their stakeholders, etc. Effective communication brings such leadership quality and improve the leadership quality among leaders. Establishment of human relations. Communication plays a vital role, means effective communication play a vital role to establish human relations. Means suppose some person know Marathi but other person just only know English, so their communication is not possible, right? So it creates, or it hamper the human relations, right? So importance of communication. See, we earlier establish effective leadership, helps in proceeds of motivation and more moral development, helps in smooth working, then promotes cooperation and peace, acts as a basis of coordination and cooperation, act as a basis for decision making. If you want to take decisions, you have to be, so you have to understood the importance of communication. Next one, increases managerial efficiency. So if you are the manager and if you want to develop your managerial quality, the first you have to develop your communication level and focus on how you communicate to each other, and how effective communication is play a vital role while build up the communication with our colleagues, our board of directors, to with our board of directors, or our customers. So advantages: speedy flow, clear words and language, flexibility, proper coordination, and a leadership quality. So effective communication or communication build speedy flow, clear words and language, and we get mastered in languages while communication is, so speedy flow and clear words and language. The words should be clear and understandable to every person or majority persons, and language should be simple but effective. Flexibility, so you have to flexible while communicate. Sometimes stop, or sometime allow someone to speak, right? Then they reply on them, etc. Proper coordination is necessary while communication is done. Then leadership quality. So um, if you want to be a leader, you have a good communicator also. So leadership styles develop the communication. Disadvantages: lack of planning or faulty translation, badly expressed messages, unqualified assumption, and poor listening and premature evaluations are the disadvantages of communication. So, lack of planning. Uh, um, Without planning, communication cannot be done properly, and it creates imbalance or barriers to communication. Faulty translation. Sometimes some people argue while communicating to each other because they don't get what the person wanted to say. Unqualified assumption or badly expressed messages also create disadvantages of communication. So badly expressed means sometimes we express our idea, our communications by using harsh words, vulgar language. Now, so well, these are the disadvantages. Unqualified assumption. So before starting communication or between the communication or the ending of the communication, we cannot develop unqualified assumption in our mind, and in it's hamper the communication. So this is the advantages. Poor listening and premature evaluation. So if you want to communicate better, you have to you have to pure listening first, and avoid premature evaluations. Means sender still completing the sentence, but you are argued with it, you don't listen, and it's create a poor listening or premature evaluation. So, conclusion, communication is very important in every place of a business. Communication is exchanging information among individuals working in any organization. Communication is the process of a passing information and understanding from one person to another. At every place of business and firm where is large production and various departments, communication is of very much help in getting maximum production, increasing business and building good relationship between all the economy. Thus communication helps vital role in the all areas of management and business. Thank you.